Question.
Yes.
Who's the favorite player that you drafted, and why?
It's Tom Brady, obviously. You got to have a solid rock to keep your team on.
A lot of people thought that you were going to take Cam Newton at that spot. Were you just saying that to try to get some frenzy and get some people thinking that you're going to do something else? Or
No, if they really believe me, then they're idiots. They don't know what they're doing. Why would I do that? That's an early risk.
There are rumors that you might take Ray Rice there. Were those serious, or were you just throwing out false information?
False information.
We heard that someone stole your fantasy magazine just hours before the draft. Do you think that was a plot against your team?
I think it was Will Music because I took his team a few years back, and he's trying to get back at me. Next question.
Sir, I have a question.
Next question.
Sir, I have a question.
There's a question in the back.
I want to understand that you did not get the magazine taken. It was your brother right here, but you just cleaned and folded your clothes because you still live at your house. I just want to put that out there that Will Music had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
There's a question.
Yes.
You ended the tight end run in round 3 with Brandon Pettigrew. Do you think he's of those calibers, those Gates, Wittens, and Finleys, or were you just reaching at straws at that point?
Hey, he's rising up. Okay. Next question.
He is a team.
Any more questions?
One more question over there.
Donald Brown, pick 5. What are your expectations for him on the season?
Let me ask you this: who was the leading rusher last year?
Maurice Jones-Drew, I believe.
Year before that?
Arian Foster.
Before that?
Chris Johnson.
What do they all have in common?
I believe they all play in the AFC South.
Who's the other team in the AFC South with the running back that's going to do it this year?
Indianapolis Colts and Donald Brown.
Bam. Next question.
I see a little sweat on your brow. Are you nervous in this interview?
No, that's not why. It's really hot here. That's why I put the shades on. Next question.
Does your recent rise to fame as a pit bull lookalike have anything to do with how you're drafted?
It had to do with that. You know, it's easier to pull people towards my team.
Before we open up the floor to questions, I want to start off this by just pointing out the McCowans here. You've got Isaac Redman and Sean Green as your starting running backs for both your team. Come on, man. You were both in the toilet bowl last year. We expected you to step it up, and you lay a... I'm not going to say what you laid. You laid an egg. You laid an egg. Come on. Any questions?
That's quick. What do you think about Bradley's draft?
Well, I think he started off well. All right, next question.
Do you feel like your beard helped you draft better? Or whatever that
I
is?
feel like, I don't care what Matt's team was, I think the real fear of the beard was coming from right here. I was going to shave it off before the draft, but, you know, life's been good with the beard. Why mess it up? Why mess with success?
How do you feel about a competent drafter replacing Dwayne Orr?
Well, I was not happy about that. Dwayne is in my division, and I was looking forward to him with his 16th pick just laying what the McCowans laid in. And Brandon Orr stepped in for him, man. He did a decent job. It's not great by any standards, but I'm not happy about it.
You drafted a lot of Cowboys. Is that just your biasness towards Dallas, or are you just looking forward to the success that they're going to bring to your team?
Well, I had DeMarco Murray at number 2, Miles Austin at 3, and I was really looking at Dez Bryant for number 4, but I thought that might be too many, and plus with Dez, I don't want my team represented by someone of that character. And I've always been a lifelong Cowboys fan. It's going to be fun rooting for them for once. I remember I had Calvin Johnson last year, and I actually rooted them to lose against Detroit so I could score more points, and I died a little inside that day. But it'll be nice. It'll be on TV every week, and I'll get to watch all their games. I'm looking forward to it.
My team needs no hyping up this year. I think the draft speaks for itself, and after last year's talks, it's just ugly. So I'm going to just leave it at that and let you look at the board here. As you can see, I think it turned out pretty well for me. Open it up, then you go ahead.
Matt Ryan is your quarterback. Is that a feel-good pick, or how do you feel about him now that the draft's over?
Feel pretty good about him. He's potentially going to be an elite quarterback this year, so I think that went well. You.
What are your thoughts on taking Matt Ryan from Brandon Orr?
Well, you see, I had this feeling, you know, that I was going to just really upset somebody and, you know, really spark a fire for as the season came along, and I feel like that's really kicking things off great for us, so I guess that's a thought. Any more questions? Oh, you, sir.
What went through your mind as you picked Arian Foster that first pick?
That he's probably going to shine a little bit more than Ray Rice. That'll be just another thorn in Brandon Orr's side. You know, letting him know that he passed up Arian Foster, and then I took Matt Ryan from him. It'll be a 1-2 punch, you know. Just.
What's your prediction this year on your team? You think you'll make playoffs, and if so, how do you think you'll do?
I think you're probably going to win a championship. That's inevitable, really. I mean, just, you know, like I said, I'm going to let the draft speak for itself, though.
Did you think that there was any team that just struggled, or do you think it was a lot more fair competition this year?
I thought it was real balanced draft. Where is he? Alex Torres. I thought his draft was a little below par. You know, I mean, he's got Tom Brady, but that's about all he's got. He's gonna have to really rely on him, and I think that's it. You, sir. Never mind.
All right, that's it.
Well, first I'd like to thank the Oars for opening up their house to us for the League of Champions draft. But I think my draft went pretty well. I value consistency. That's what I got at the front end of the draft. I got Jamal Charles in the 4th round. I felt like that was a big pick for me. And then also I got a second tight end. Maybe going to use that in the flex position this year. So we'll just see how that goes. So now I'll open it up for any questions that the media has.
You took a tight end in the 2nd round. That's unprecedented. What made you do that?
That's a clown question, bro. Next question.
I was gonna say that.
Okay, no further questions. That's it.
Well, when you give an answer like that,
Can't wait.
Now,
It's good to be here again at the League of Champions draft 2012.
That's a CBS
You know, this year I don't know what it is, but this year I just feel different. I feel better, feel energized. I don't know. My team is just like it's outstanding this year. I don't know. I'm almost I don't lack for words. I don't know. I'll open the floor for questions.
Did it really kill you when another team took Robert Griffin? All you ended up with from the Bears team was Kendall Wright, and he may not even start.
Right. Well, I believe Kendall Wright's probably the biggest sleeper on my team. I think he'll bode well for me. Yeah, I think he'll be sleeping a lot this year.
Robert Griffin,
I mean, you know, I had to make sure I went with my head and not my heart this time because, you know, any other time I've gone with my heart, well, you know, I don't know. What did Eli Manning last year? That was not good. Anyway, next question.
Do you think having your girlfriend at the draft made you pick better? Because many of us thought that your picks this year were, well,
Substantially better.
substantially improved.
You know, I'd like to say I had a little bit of lady luck on my side. So,
Was she
I mean,
secretly picking for you?
I mean, no.
Shout out to you.
No, she was not. No. Next question. Anybody else?
are you glad that Colton McCown wasn't present at the draft? I know that you and him have a lot of tension.
You know, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't really have any tension with anybody here at the draft. I mean, you know, Matt Lineback forgot my shirt, but yeah, it's okay. You know, I got to dress up and look good.
What do you think about Colton McCown's strawberry head?
I think, you know, the baldness really brings it out. I think it looks real good.
All right. I thought that this year was a little unique in that the first 3 picks were quarterbacks. I thought that was just evidence of how the league has changed over the past few years. We realized that quarterbacks are a lot more important than what they used to be. I'm pretty impressed with how each team drafted. Andy and Carter showed up this year. Last year they didn't show up, and they're just kind of playing around like it was a joke. They took it serious, and I'm looking forward to having them in our division. They're going to be good. Dwayne wasn't able to be here, but I think Brandon helped him out a lot by drafting for him, and I think Dwayne will have a good year. I'm really looking for a lot of teams that are always in playoffs. They're not going to make it this year. The competition is definitely going to get better. I think Matt Lewis came in just ready to show everybody what that Baylor education has given him. He dressed up so well, and the way that he drafted, he got some of the best sleepers that were out there. And I'm looking forward to that. I was really surprised he didn't get Robert Griffin, but I think that just shows that he's mature enough to handle situations and make decisions for himself, and he ended up with a good team. Jonathan took Eli Manning in the first round. I don't know if that's going to be a good pick or not. I guess we'll see. I wouldn't have taken him there, but only time will tell. Questions?
How many players do you think you'll drop before the season actually starts?
I think that I'll drop 15 players.
15.
That's what I was thinking.
Just so I can get a better look at the players that are on the waivers.
What do you think of Alex Torres's draft?
A lot of people think Alex had a bad draft, but I think he had a good draft. I think he was smart. He usually takes all Colts and Patriots. This year he expanded his horizon. So
Looking at your draft board, you rolled the dice really on picks 2, 3, and 4. Trent Richardson hasn't proven. Adrian Peterson is injured. Mike Wallace isn't signed a contract. Yeah, I could go on and on and on. How do you feel your team's going to stack up? You've talked a lot about other teams. Let's hear about your team.
I think my team is probably going to win about 8 games. I think I'll go 8-6. I'll go into playoffs wounded because some of my players might not step up, but I think that all that matters is playoffs, and hopefully I can play against Alex Torres and get a first-round win. Any questions?
Right here. This year, if you check the schedule, you'll find a return of Week 7 of your matchup versus Cameron Nolly. You two split the games last year when you were in the same division. How do you see that game ending up this year?
I'm looking forward to it already. I don't really care about my other games. The only reason I play this game is for Week 7. That's all that matters. That's all that's important. Why play the game if you're just playing for fun? I mean, it's all about the competition, and Cameron Nolly is a great competitor, and I look up to him in many ways other than fantasy football. He's not a competitor in this sport.
So this year at the Bluebell League of Champions 2012 fantasy football draft, my first round pick was Mr. Ray Rice himself. I believe he's going to carry my team to the championship and into the promised land where we need to go. Second round pick, Steven Jackson. I thought he was a pretty good pick right about there. He's going to be a workhorse for the team. You know, he's a good leader, and he's getting up in age, but I think he's going to do fine. At quarterback, I got Jay Cutler. You know, I can be satisfied with him, so I'm all right. You know, this year we didn't really have too many bad draft picks, but of course the McCowns, they're terrible. So I mean, what else can you say about that? And then Alex, I'm praying for that young man. I just don't know what he was thinking sometimes. But, you know, I think it'll all be good in the end. And it was a great year, great sponsorship. Thank you, Bluebell. Thank you for all your great hospitality and your ice cream. And I thank you for all that you've done. And thank you, the Oars, for letting us come into your house. And let's have a great year.